welcome back to Lucid Trading. Welcome back indeed. Welcome back to everybody out there. 1 second. There we go. Alrighty, so the markets are coming back down. The Apple event just got finished. They launched some products, and I said that Apple was going to go down right after the event, and also right before the event, to be frank. And look at that. Apple is now down roughly 6 percentage points from that all-time high. And it looks like it's going to trend even lower. So that is Apple right now. And yeah, the event that we just we talked about previously just ended a couple minutes ago. Decided to not go live while that was going on. 2 million people were watching that. A lot of you guys were watching that Apple event. So I thought, you know what, let them watch the Apple event. Start the live stream right after. And here we are. So the stock market is still selling off, and we're still in the correction. No surprise. We've been talking about the stock market correction since a while ago, right? So it's starting to get really juicy. The S&P is now down 0.6%. We've got the NASDAQ down 0.5%. Dow Jones is down a percentage point. The Russell's down 1.5%. So we're seeing some real downside now. Although, you know, I warned a lot of people about this. I've said this before. It's really good if you have some cash on the sidelines, because then you can buy stocks as the market is going down and get juicy dips in beautiful companies. Let me just welcome everybody back to the stream. Welcome back to Jin Lee, Gagaleri, K Sava, Dragon Box, Max, K, OM Basnet, Komat Dang, Zone, Unai, Alex, Itachi, Erol, Xinmo, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Ronaldo, James, Okchaz, Blake, and Yakub. Welcome back. Make sure you smash the like button if you just joined. That'd be really cool. Right, so let's just, you know, quickly share the live stream link so people know that we're live. There we go. I hope everybody had a great afternoon so far. I for sure have got a great afternoon. I think that the market is probably not going to correct as badly as we thought. Although it's correcting, I think Apple is the main reason why the market is down like this, because obviously the weight of Apple in the index is massive, as Apple has the largest market cap of any publicly trading stock. And Apple is down 1.4%. So Apple is weighing down on the stock market, and I know this because Microsoft is up 0.8%, yet the whole index is still falling. Well, the S&P itself is now creating a lower low. It's down 2.4 percentage points, which is interesting because we have said this before, that what we would see is another lower low. Actually, we said the lower high would come in, lower high, lower low. And now we are going to the next support zone, which is right around here. And I'll tell you why. There we go. That's the 100-day moving average. So there is a possible 0.3% correction coming up. That would be a total of 1%. And we would hit that 100-day moving average, potentially bounce off of that. And that's also the 50-day moving average. Do you see that? So I think we're heading straight down to that 50-day moving average on the daily chart, which is this orange line, and that's where we could maybe see a bounce. If it doesn't bounce from there, that could potentially mean we see a move lower, like a very large leg to the downside. Because if this doesn't hold up, then I don't know what's going to hold up, because this has been very consistently, it's been a support several times before. And so yeah, that's the current situation with the S&P. So far, it looks like the Russell is still going down the most. The Russell 2000 is down 1.5%. And you have ARK down 1.1%. Dow Jones, look at that. Dow Jones down 0.9%. The NASDAQ down half a percentage point. The VIX is spiking 4.8%. You know, everybody thought that we were out of this correction, that the correction was goner, and you know, stocks were going to go back up. That could be not further from the truth. Stocks are still going down. The correction is not over. But because of the CPI being a bit lower and indicating a downtrend in CPI, I think what could happen here is this correction not being as severe as everybody thinks it's going to be. Could be a 5 to 10% correction, right? Nothing like a 10-15% correction. I think we still have the accommodation going on from the Fed. We still have interest rates at near zero, so I don't see that going away in the coming months or even the coming year. But yeah, Bitcoin is going up, Ethereum is going up. Look at that. Cardano slightly down. So the cryptos are doing fairly good. The dollar went down. It's raising back up because there's a lot of demand for the dollar as we're seeing the market sell off. Gold is spiking 0.5 percentage points. Very interesting. So people are leaving the markets. They're entering the bond market. You can see that right here. The 10-year is down 3.6%. That is an indication that there's a lot of capital flocking to the bond market. Remember, when there's capital moving to the bond market, then yields go down. So that's the 10-year yield going down right now, about 3.6%, which is quite a large move to the downside. Gara, draw a trend line for the SPY. It broke it. Yeah, it broke the trend line. We know. We can draw several trend lines. It's, you know, the way you draw it, right? I think what's more important is that the 50-day moving average right there, that this still acts as a support. Yeah, the trend line is broken. It's a little frightening. We got Tesla down 0.5%. NIO is down 1.2%. Let me check what's happening with the Chinese stocks. Alibaba down 3.1%. DIDI stock now down 2.7%. Virgin Galactic went from positive to negative, now down 1.3%. Helion was up 2.7%, now down 2.5%. Robinhood sitting at 39.5. I really like Robinhood at 39.5. It's, in my opinion, quite promising. So I might actually buy more of that. Netlist still down 5.7%. Uber down 2.6%. UiPath in the green, up 0.4%. That is troubling, eh? Even the value stocks, look at that. Chevron down 1.5%. We have Coca-Cola down 0.7%. Big banks. I was surprised, right? I was like, whoa, what's going on? Why were the banks green? And then the 10-year fell like massively, and there you go. Big banks are taking a big hit. With the JP Morgan down 2%, Morgan Stanley down 2.3%, Goldman Sachs also down 1.3%. Well, it's about time. I think those banks should not be running when the 10-year yield is actually going down. Somebody said C3.ai is still dropping. Very sad. I think it makes sense. I mean, you've got the whole market that's going down. If the whole market is going down, of course, I mean, C3 is going to go down with the market. Let me quickly take a look at my portfolio, see what's happening there. Yeah, it's just going lower and lower and lower. That's the portfolio. That's what the market is doing too. Very interesting. Let's put that right there. All right. So, I would like to know what you guys think about the market. Like, what is your opinion? What do you think of the market right now? Do you think the market is going to keep on correcting? Are we looking at a 5 or 10 or 15% correction? What is your opinion on this? I personally think we're going to get a 5 to 10% correction. I would say, if I would really pick a specific number, I think around 7 to about 8% in total. I don't think it's going to be more than 10%. But let me know in the chat, and I'll read that, and I'll also pull it right now. I'm going to link the PayPal and then pull. How far will the market pull back? Now, let's say, start off with 3%, 5%, 10%, And then, you know, let's just do 15. No, that's not fun. 5%, 10%, 15%, and then let's just do like 30% or something. That's like a full-on market crash or something like that. I would say if the market goes down 20% plus, that's a market crash, right? You could consider that a market crash right there. Yeah, Chinese stocks are just not having it, but it's the whole market not having it, right? Like the Russell down 1.4%. You got the S&P, which is not really doing so well. We did fill the gap right here, and we're still looking at that support range. And I think once we do hit that level, we will see it bounce. That would be a significant bounce. Could be about a percentage point or something. Yeah. The cryptos are doing pretty all right. Oh, wow. Palantir. So Palantir was up 3.5%. Now it's only up 1.3%. People sold the stock at 26.7. And C3.ai, which is now down 0.86%, is still not able to move up, which does make sense. The markets the way they are, I mean, no surprise. Microsoft is up 0.9%, while everything else is pulling back. That's an interesting development. Apple down 1.4%. Let me briefly check what's happening with Netlist. Yeah, Netlist is just not moving. It's kind of like the market-ish. Oh, yeah, by the way, make sure you hit the like button. If you just joined the stream, that would be very much appreciated. Hit that like, and let me know in the chat which stock you think is going to go up a lot. Hey, Gara, do you think it's going to be happening for Palantir? Could CPI make growth and tech run up the coming days? Hold up for just... I think not the coming days. I think the coming weeks, yes. We're going to see a return to high risk. We're going to see a return to growth. And tech, I would say small tech, mid tech. Yeah, so that's what I'm currently thinking. I don't think it's going to be something like what we've seen before, like with the massive run-up that we saw in 2020. It's going to be a nice run-up in these growth names after this correction. I think this correction is going to play out right here. We're going to have a rotation. This is very convenient. It's like, oh, CPI comes out. What if we have a market correction and it's totally not a rotation? It's totally not like value stocks are going to sell off and we're going to put that money into growth stocks. That's what's happening right now. There's capital being pulled out of the market and people are thinking right now, they're like, okay, where do I want to put this capital? What's happening? CPI is going down. 10-year yield is going down. Maybe I want to buy some growth stocks. That's, in my opinion, what's happening right now. Although, obviously, you see the Russell going down the most, but that tends to be the case when the market goes down. Russell always tends to go down the most. But I think it's going to go up the most when the recovery happens. Yeah, I think even if Apple would have announced something awesome, the stock would have gone down anyway. I mean, let's be real. The stock was flying. It was flying off the chart. Look at this run. We're talking 27% since June. 27% asset appreciation at that market cap. That is massive. And it was pretty fast, too. It's not a slow run-up. Yeah, I've been bullish on Apple like so long now. I'm a little bearish short term. I think we could definitely see the 140 zone, like the 142, 143, maybe even lower than that. If it breaches this level, I think we're going straight back to like 130. But don't see that happening at the moment, to be honest. I think Apple's going to do quite good. Their earnings are going to be very strong because we're going to be heading into the holiday season too. All right, so we had a poll running. We asked, how far will the market pull back? 40% of people thinks 5%, 35% says 10%, 11% says 15%, and we have 14% saying that it's going to go down 30%. Gara, I saw on Bloomberg terminal inflation, even with core inflation is still through. Core inflation is still up, but I think what's going to happen is that as the components go down, obviously the whole index is going to start moving downwards. I think we're going to get negative, probably negative on the month-over-month gains very soon. I think probably in maybe November, we could already see negative numbers, which basically means, because last month we had 0.5, this one was 0.3, maybe next one is going to be 0.3 or 0.2, and then maybe November, December, we get negative inflation. We get deflation at that point. Well, we still have inflation. It's just the inflation is slowing down. That could be happening. Wow, Alibaba, damn, it's still heading down. Down 3.3%. Let me take a look at that. Don't mind if I do. I might actually buy some more Alibaba. Very tempted right now. 159.92. I am so tempted to buy more. Oh man. If it hits like 158, I'll be buying some more. Yeah, Alibaba right now, a falling knife. It's just not been. It hasn't been able to move up at all. What tends to happen is you get these 9% corrections. 9 to 10% corrections. Just back to back. Yeah, that's not exactly a bear flag, I would say. But maybe if you take a look at the daily chart, it does kind of look like a bear flag on a daily chart. No, wait, no, it doesn't. Never mind, it does not. No. Does this remind me of anything that we've seen so far with this stock? I mean, it's gotta rebound at some point. Its fundamentals are still good. It's just the Chinese government wants to kill it. No, I'm just kidding. Obviously. See if we see like a resemblance of the past here. No, we don't. This is such a weird time for Alibaba. And it's oversold now on the RSI, on the weekly chart. Which doesn't mean anything necessarily, but... I mean, look at that. You can't exactly say that the rebound has started. I don't think we have even... I don't think we're close to bottoming. I think the consolidation is happening very soon, though, but... Interesting times. I will still be buying more Alibaba. I don't care if it goes down to 150. As soon as China stops regulating, and they're going to keep on regulating. But as soon as they stop focusing so much on Alibaba, then I think this stock is going to do so incredibly well. We still see the American big tech companies go up and up and up and up. Now imagine what happens to Alibaba. Now I want to just compare this stock to, let's say, an Amazon, right? So let's just compare it to Amazon. Let's grab another chart right here just to explain what I mean. So there we go. That's Amazon. Now let's just compare Amazon to your boy Alibaba. I think it would be great to just compare this point right here, which is in a, September, October. That's about a year ago. Now let's do the same thing for Amazon, which is right here. Right, so let's just compare. Okay. So this is the chart that we have for Amazon, right? We got this bottom right here. From that bottom, went up roughly 30 percentage points. Obviously not super impressive for a whole year. Some names have gone up like double, triple, quadruple. Alibaba has gone down 50%. So in that time that Amazon went up, Alibaba went down. Yet both of these companies are growing. Alibaba hasn't stopped growing. They're actually growing. They're growing faster, I believe, than Amazon, and their I think their cash flow is just superb. Obviously, the Chinese government cracking down on the company has caused this. It's not the company itself. It's not like the company itself is doing bad. The company is doing good, but it's being discounted by the fact that there's just added risk, which is the Chinese government. I don't think that's going to stay. I don't think the Chinese government is going to ruin their companies. That's not in their best interest. They just want to show who's boss and show who's in control. And so I'm still holding it for that reason. Now, if we see some signs that the Chinese government is trying to get rid of Alibaba, they're trying to crush this company, that's when obviously you want to get the hell out. I think it's too early to say that is happening right now. I think, the Chinese Communist Party had their 100-year anniversary. They're just regulating things right now. I think it's going to stop at some point, and that's when this stock is going to shoot up. And I mean, it's going to shoot up with American companies going up like this. And this is like a very bad example. Look at a stock like Apple, which is just going parabolic. Same for Microsoft. Same for Google. Same for any other American tech stock. I think the Chinese tech stocks are going to rebound incredibly. It's just more of the matter of like when is that going to happen, right? I think it will happen because their growth is going to continue. They're making more money than ever before, and they're going to keep on making more money than ever before. So here we go. Somebody says that it's a stupid comparison. It's a comparison in the sense that Amazon and Alibaba are kind of in the same industry. They're very similar on an industry basis. Obviously, different countries, and because it's in a different country, that's making the difference here. That's why Alibaba's going down, and Amazon is still heading up because there's not these regulatory issues. And remember, Alibaba didn't used to go down like this. It used to go up for years, for many years. We didn't have those problems that we have today. And I think the problems that this company has are transitory. I really do think so. I think once those issues are resolved, we're going to see some incredible growth. But it requires patience because it could take maybe a year. Worst case scenario, this stock stays stuck at the current price range for a couple more months. And I think most people don't have the patience for that. But I see opportunity where there lies a lot of, I would say, controversy and fear. Same with DIDI, by the way. It's exact same with DIDI. Let's see what's happening in the chat here. By DIDI. Yeah, I think DIDI will be quite massive in the future. The risk with DIDI is that the Chinese company, it's a Chinese company, and that's not going to go away. So we're going to have to accept that. And yeah, I'll be buying the dip every single time I get the opportunity to, because I think it's a great company, and that's what really matters here, that you're buying into a great company. I don't know what the Chinese government is going to do. I don't know, there could be a war next year or something. Who knows? I know one thing. It's a great company at a massive discount, and I want to be invested in great companies at a massive discount. And that's all I need to know. If there is a, let's say the Chinese go to war in Taiwan or something, we don't know. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't happen. We have no idea. I think it's like Buffett said. It's like you can, when you buy a farm, doesn't matter whether there's like a storm every now and then. No, the farm is probably still going to be there. Storms come by and they go. And the same with your trades and investments. It's not a permanent thing. Although it could be. I don't think, right? A storm could be like a tornado that wrecks everything on your farm. But I think the chance of that happening is unlikely. Hold up. Oh yeah. Hit the like button. And let's take a look at what's happening overall, because I haven't taken a look at the indices. Russell is taking a massive beating. S&P is taking a massive beating. Everything is just beaten down. Especially the Dow Jones. With the CPI going lower, it's having a very negative impact on the financial stocks. And well, you can see that right now. The Dow Jones is going down very fast, faster than the S&P and the Russell. Sorry, not the Russell, faster than the S&P and the NASDAQ. That's interesting. Oh, yeah, Power Hour started. Let's go. Power Hour template activated. Alrighty. Juicy. Let's see. VIX is now coming back down again. I don't trust that. Every time the VIX has come down recently, we spiked right after. You can see that right here. Red candle, green candle. Red candle, green candle. It doesn't go down. It just goes down briefly, spikes again. So we could definitely see this accelerate, this downturn that we have. We're sitting at 4,440 with the S&P. The NASDAQ sitting at 15,390. I think both of these are not sitting at good support levels. I think that is, in my opinion, the indication that we're probably heading even lower. And the Russell especially is, well, I think the Russell is now sitting at a support point, at least in my opinion. It's not a strong support, but I think it could hold up there. Yeah, looking at the weekly chart, I mean, we're just getting started. It tends to come back to the 200-day moving average every time it corrects. You can see that right here. That's once, that's twice. Maybe we'll see it happen again. Yeah, so maybe the 200-day moving average is going to be acting as support. I think that's kind of likely at this point. It would be a 6.4 correction right there. From the all-time high, it would be down roughly 9%, which is not the largest downturn that we have seen for the Russell. It's not super significant. Yeah, we're gonna be laughing this. We're gonna be fine, I think, in a month or two. Looking at this, and it's just gonna be very funny. It's like, oh my god, remember that time that the markets corrected and we were all worried? And then nobody laughs because you're in a market crash. The markets are crashing. That would be ugh. I think if the markets would crash, there would be so many people that would lose a lot of money. Looking at my positions, nothing significant there. Interesting how the Russell's gone horizontal. Yeah, usually when a index goes horizontal, it tends to move down. Yeah. It tends to correct down. So that's not good. It's kind of like traders and investors are getting impatient, and they're like, oh, nothing has been happening, I'm going to get out of the market. And then, you'll see the index go down. I've studied these patterns for some time. Oh, wait, no, wait, I'm lying. It's the opposite. Sorry. It's the opposite. Yeah, I actually studied this recently. It's not that they go down. When they consolidate for a long time, that's when they go up, right? So that's when the index starts moving up. But if it consolidates for a brief time, and you get a bad headline or something, instant move to the downside. Yeah, I forgot. It's very binary. Let's see. ChargePoint. What's happening with ChargePoint? Why is everybody talking about ChargePoint? Nothing is happening with ChargePoint. Still sitting at the trend line that we said. It's going to bounce very soon because the CPI is going down, the 10-year is going down. Growth stocks are sitting at pretty much all-time lows. They're going to move up. ChargePoint is going to move up. We're going to get back to 23, 24-ish. So, juicy. Let's see. 10-year still falling. Oh, by the way, I don't know how many people that are watching are from California. I'm going to be going to California in December for Christmas and for New Year's Eve, and I might actually do a bit of a meetup just for the sake of it. But I'll inform you later on. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. I've always wanted to go to California ever since I was like 16 or something. So yeah, we'll be going to San Francisco, Sacramento, classic big cities in California, like Los Angeles, and also go to Las Vegas. That's a cool place to go to. So yeah, just wanted to let you know that's happening. I actually wanted to do that because tickets are like really cheap because of Corona, and I really like it to have a bit of a holiday to a warm country in the winter, because the winters can be quite rough here in the Netherlands, and I've heard that California is rather warm in December. So yeah, are you hanging out with me, Kevin? Are you hanging out? No, no. By then he would be governor. That would be an interesting situation. Imagine that, meet Kevin as governor. Huh. Oh, hold up. The situation is not improving, like not at all. Where you would usually see people starting to buy the dip, it's like the hedge funds and institutions are refraining from buying. They're not buying. They're staying on the sidelines. All that they're buying right now, they're buying bonds. They're buying cryptos. They're getting back to the dollar. The dollar is going green. They're buying gold. They're not in the markets. They're getting out of the market. They're not buying the dip. That's what's happening right now in the market right now with the hedge fund situation. And they're waiting. They're just literally waiting until we, the retail traders, capitulate, until we lose our patience and sell, and that's when they buy. Because that's when they have when they get the best prices to buy. It is frustrating, but yeah. Gara, look at the greed and fear index. It's probably fearful right now, isn't it? Let me check that briefly. It's now in fear, but it doesn't make sense. I don't think the indicator works. I think, or well, maybe it does work. It says it's so people are fearful, but I think we're gonna get closer to extreme fear. I think we're gonna get there, which basically means as this correction is developing, we'll be getting that extreme fear level for the fear and greed. There isn't that much to see in Sacramento. Well, if Meet Kevin becomes governor, I think that would be great. I would go to Sacramento, you know. That's where he would reside as governor, right? I heard that the governor resides in Sacramento. This has to reside there. Oh my god, the bleed. This is real. Yeah, I'm feeling it. My portfolio is taking the heat right now. The only thing that's not really going down that much is Netlist, because I bought Netlist at a very cheap price. But all the other stocks are getting pummeled down. Quite unfortunate. I like how BYD is still up 1.6%, but all the Chinese stocks are down, and all the or almost all the EV stocks are down, even the Chinese EV stocks. We got a $50 donation from Peru Invest. Oops. Thank you so much, Peru. Peru says, just placed my $10,000 on Robinhood, under $40. That is, in my opinion, that's a great... I think it's a great play, because Robinhood right now is below 40, which it's starting to get cheap to be in Robinhood. And I bought a little bit of Robinhood below 40, not a significant amount, around $39.5 dollars per share. I think this correction is going to be short-lived. We're going to bounce incredibly fast. There's a lot of momentum here as well, because it's kind of a meme stock in some sense. You know, there's a lot of people that want to trade Robinhood stock. Yeah, so I would say great buying opportunity still. And look at this. From that all-time high that we got, obviously we shouldn't count that in, but it's already down 54% from that all-time high, which was created by Wall Street Bets. I don't think we should count this in. I think this is legit information that we can use. I think this is not really useful because this is a one-time event. So I think looking at what we have right now, this is going to be a little inaccurate, but I'm going to try it anyway. This is, in my opinion, the trend to the downside. And on any push upwards, that is going to act as resistance. And looking at the recent times that we went down at around that level, it's around 42.5. So going to 42.5 from right here, that would be a gain of roughly 8.6%. We don't know if the stock is going to bottom right here. It could very well bottom at 38, 37, who knows, which I still think is a nice buying opportunity. I don't think payment for overflow is going anywhere. I think they have way too many lobbyists. But yeah, that's great play. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, Peru. It's a good one. I also like the UiPath one. I remember you saying that UiPath was a great buying opportunity at $70 and $80. I thought it was a bit too early to get into UiPath because the valuation was really high, roughly 45 billion market cap at some point, and yet they didn't have that much revenue in comparison to that. So I waited. I only bought a small amount and then sold out of it. But I bought UiPath at $54, $53, and I will be holding this for the coming months. I do think there's going to be a significant rebound. I don't know if you're holding UiPath right now, but yeah. UiPath is my C3.ai. Oh, that's... I do remember warning you about this one. But yeah, you know, it happens. I think UiPath has a great future. I don't think it's a far cry for this one to get back to like 70 or 80. But if you bought it like, you know, close to 90, that's going to be difficult. I still like Alibaba a lot at 160. I like DIDI a lot. I don't care about it being down. These businesses are great. You know, the Chinese government is probably going to be done with their punishments very soon. They're going to focus on other sectors. And once they do, these stocks will fly back up like nothing happened. Like that's what usually happens, right? Wow, big banks are still down. Interesting. I want to see if the 10-year is still going down as fast. Oh my god. So the downturn on the Russell is accelerating. It's leaving the support area. That is insane. And I think the other indices are going to follow any moment now. The Dow Jones has left its support area. It's going down back to the 200-day moving average on the 4 hours. And on the daily chart, we're going back to that 100-day moving average. So there's more downside coming, 100%. But despite that, I'm still buying into some companies because I don't know where it's going to bottom. Maybe bottoms out right now. Maybe in an hour from now. Maybe next day. But I think it's important to stress that the dollar cost averaging technique, it trumps everything. It's basically the best way to buy yourself into stocks, unless you're like an ETF, running an ETF. You don't really care because you buy a stock for the next 5-10 years, and then you can buy in bulk. Like it really doesn't matter. I mean, from 5 years from now, everything is going to be up. That's my opinion. So yeah, let's see. Is there anything beaten down that? Oh wow! Speaking of stuff getting beaten down, look at that. Yeah, I was bearish on AMC because I thought that we reached the resistance zone, which I think we did. I don't think we reached it, but anyway, I was bearish on AMC. The stock fell down, sitting at 47.5 at the moment. I think it does look like AMC is still holding trend, although it's oversold on the 1 hour chart. And so it came back to the trend line, right? Right, I would say that AMC is in a peculiar position because if it breaches this, I mean, we're heading straight back down to 43, 44. So I'll be very careful. And there you go. AI going down 1.6%. Damn, I'm so surprised. I'm going to grab an iced tea. 1 second. I'll need an iced tea for that. Recently got a contract from the government. Guidance was raised. Yet the stock keeps going down. Oh my gosh. And you have a stock like Palantir going up like 3.5% just out of the blue. I guess it's the benefit of just being a popular stock. Gara, how wealthy can the average person become by investing? Good question. That's from Lander van der Meer. I think it depends on how old you are, because let's say you're 60 years old. Now I don't want to discriminate or anything like that. Let's say you're 60 years old and you want to invest. You have a lot less time to be investing and staying in the markets than a 20-year-old or a 15-year-old or a 25-year-old, 30-year-old, etc. So it's about how much time you still have. It sounds very weird, but yeah, it is how it is. 'Cause look at Warren Buffett. Do you think he was as rich as he is right now when he was 30? No, he had so much time to be in the markets. That's how he accumulated his money, compounding income. His wealth is compounding. So it depends with your age. If you invest at the age of 20, if you are able to do fundamental and technical research of companies, and have yourself, if you're invested in an index fund, you can become really wealthy by just holding for decades. So it's just it's kind of about how much time do you have. As an investor, time is your friend. If you have enough time, you'll be able to accrue a lot of wealth. Let's say you're 20, you're in the markets for 20 years. Okay, so I just want to show you this real quick. Compounding. I want to show you this real quick little beautiful thingy. All right, so I want to show you what I mean exactly. Sorry if the video cam looks a little weird. So if we take a look at this, right? So we have an initial investment of $50,000. Let's say you're 20 years old, right? You're 20 years old. You've got $50,000 because you're balling. You contribute, let's say you contribute a small amount to that 50,000, $200 a month. Can we zoom in? There we go. Length of time in years. And now let's say you do this for about 20 years. So all you're doing is you're holding 50,000 in the markets. You're adding $200 a month to that. And you're holding it for 20 years. And now let's say 7%, right? So 7%, roughly the annual return of the S&P for the next 20 years. The variance range. Let's just do 0 for the variance. Compound frequency on an annual basis is going to be compounded. So if you got 50,000 in the markets for 20 years, you're adding $200 a month. Let's just calculate. In 20 years, you'll have roughly $291,000. And this is just buying an index fund. You're not doing anything. All you're doing is you're buying an index fund and you're holding. This is in 20 years. Now, I want to give you the example of... One sec. Let's say you're 20 and you do this until you're 60. If you do this until you're 60, you'll have $1.2 million. And here's the advantage. When you're 20, you can do this for 40 years. You'll be able to accrue a lot of wealth. But if you're 60, let's say the average age is, when you die, it's about 80 years old. From 60 to 80, obviously you already did this calculation. It's 20 years. You would have made about 1/4 of that, obviously, because you don't have that time. And so time is your friend. The more you can stay in this market, the more likely your wealth is going to increase, because it just compounds. So that's why people say time in the market beats timing the market. This is a great saying, and I 100% agree with that. Now let's get back. Oh my god, Alibaba is still selling off. No way. Yeah, so nothing has changed at all, to be honest. We still have about 38 minutes left until the markets are going to close. And the 10-year yield, look at that red candle. It's down 4 percentage points. Down 4%. We're about to see a downtrend in the S&P. A downtrend in the 10-year yield, which could cause a rampant move in growth down the road. Let's see. I don't know what you guys said on that chat while I was showing that. Oh, that was a question, right, Gara? How wealthy can the average become? It all depends on, like, are you able to hodl for long periods of time? That's the key thing. Whether it's an index fund or a stock that you think is going to go up. all that is important. It's not your IQ. It's, are you able to hold for years and years and years, which is incredibly difficult. I don't think a lot of people realize how difficult it is to hold a stock, because there's always that temptation to sell the stock, especially when it's going up. It's like, oh, I got 10%. Maybe I should sell. There you go. That's only if you care about the long term, like 20 or 30 years. Accruing wealth like that. Yeah, this is going to sound like very bearish. But I still think that with everything, the way everything is right now, with the market and everything, if we don't change anything right now, and let's say the tapering is going to happen in 2022, and interest rates are going to go up in 2023, I think the market crash is still going to be happening probably in 2022. This is just my estimation. Nobody can predict when it's going to happen. I think it could happen right before they start raising rates. Because that's, in my opinion, that's when stuff is going to hit the fan. Look at that. Speaking of things hitting the fan, look at, wow. Russell down 0.76%. Dow Jones now down almost a percentage point. Didn't we say that the Dow Jones was going to come back to this moving average? And, well, guess what? It's about to hit that level. We have the S&P now bleeding even further. NASDAQ is doing all right. That's strange, given the fact that Apple's down so much. But Microsoft is carrying the NASDAQ, I would say. Yeah, Microsoft. It's like people that are in Apple are buying Microsoft. It's just hilarious. Oh well. Okay. Yeah, so Alibaba is now selling off even further. We got DIDI going down further as well. Gonna check Netlist real quick. No, Netlist is doing fine, actually. It's not even affected that much with this accelerating downturn. Let's check TLT. What's happening with TLT right now? Big spike on TLT. Which is just, you know, the treasury bonds. ETF. Yeah, it seems like we did hit a resistance. We hit the 151. That's not going to stop it from going up, though, I think. I think short term, if we see the 10-year go down, that's going to have a positive impact on the markets. Because it's just capital that's coming out. It's going to be going somewhere, and usually it goes to the equity market, the stocks out there. Tesla. Oh, not Tesla. AMC. AMC is still not bouncing back, down 8.5%. C3.ai is plummeting 1.6%. Still not seeing any signs of improvement. Apple, after its event, releasing new products, down 1.5%. We talked about this. We said this, that Apple was going to pull back right after, because we usually see buy the rumor, sell the news, which basically means we see the stock go up right before the event, And then when the event happens, it sells off because, well, guess what? That was your catalyst. What's coming next? Nothing. At least we don't know. And that uncertainty is enough to make this stock go down. Doesn't mean that the company is bad. It's just how the market kind of functions in some sense. What happened to McDonald's? I think something really bad happened to McDonald's. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. It's still sitting steady. Look at that. Despite the fact that McDonald's has been... well, the profit margins are going up. That is interesting. So they have less revenue, but their profit margins are going up. Tesla's now down 0.6%. NIO down 1.4%. The S&P is, it's pulling back, down 0.7%. The Russell now down almost 2 percentage points, sitting at 2,195, down 1.84%, pulling back all the way after breaching support. Same with the Dow Jones, down a percentage point. Oh my gosh. Oh no. This is painful. I think a lot of people are feeling it right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, even Netlist came down a bit. Yeah, the Russell is taking a massive beating right now. But usually what happens is that when it goes fast, when it moves fast to the downside, it does the same thing to the upside. It's getting worse. We're not seeing the 10-year go up or down. It's just sitting at the same level. Gold is up 0.5%. Bitcoin is still doing fairly well. Coinbase is looking interesting. Sitting at 240. I think Coinbase would have been down a lot more if it wasn't for cryptos going up. Because, look at that. Coinbase only down 0.3%. And it's faring all right. And C3 down 1.7%. Palantir down... Okay, it's not down, but, it was up 3.5%. Now it's only up 0.9%. So, I mean, it's a classical thing. It's like September comes around. You want to be out of the market, especially if the markets are up 26% or like 23 percentage points in 9 months and 36% in 1 year. That's when you want to get the hell out of there, especially at an all-time high. This is why I've been warning. Remember, I said it every day. Guys, I think the markets are sitting pretty high, and I think we could see a bit of a correction in September, the most bearish month of the year. It's also, with the stock market up 23% the past 9 months, and the past year up 36%, there's a very high probability that this correction is going to play out. Now, I don't think the market's going to crash. It's going to be 5 to 10% correction. Didn't I say this? I said this every single day. People called me crazy. People said that the markets couldn't go down because this time was different. Remember the people that said, Gara, but this time is different. Listen to Cathie Wood. The new technologies are going to cause a boom in the markets and it's never going to come back down ever again. No, that's not how the markets work, but yeah. Yeah, didn't I literally say that this would be happening? I'm 40% cash right now. I think I'll be buying the dip over time. Just waiting for this to bounce I don't think we're going to see a huge downturn, but we're slowly seeing weakness. What will I be buying? I like Virgin Galactic a lot at these cheaper prices. I like UiPath. I also like Netlist. I like Robinhood, Uber. I like DIDI, Alibaba. These are very nice too. You know, Tencent's all right. Which one do I like a lot? Nano Dimension, BNGO sold off a lot. I like them. Palantir, AI. Well, I would say probably less of Palantir at this moment, but you know, more of AI. Neo is still very nice. Tesla, not so much. Short term, at least. For swing trade, not really. Longer term, I think Tesla's great. But right now, not necessarily. But there's a lot of buying opportunities. It's just, you know, we're seeing stocks go down. We don't know where the bottom is going to be. It could go down a bit lower for many of these names. All right, we have 25 minutes left until the markets are going to close. And this is about the time where yesterday, I don't know if you remember that, there were like 2 wasps coming into my room, just annoying me. And I had a very bad day yesterday because I ate some bad food. It really messed up my stomach for that day. Still feeling it a little. But yeah, we got 24 minutes left. Hit and smash that like button. We got 360 people watching. We're not even at 100 likes yet. Come on, guys. Let's pump that number up. Let's pump that like count to at least 100. And you'll get good luck with trading for the next 25,000 years. 100%. Did I say that I was going to get an office? I probably did, right? Yeah, I'm going to be getting an office next... in 2 weeks, right? So in 2 weeks, the 1st of October, I'll be moving into that office. It's going to help out a lot with productivity. It's going to help a lot with, the background noise that there is. Remember, yesterday there were 2 wasps that came into this room because I had to keep the window open because it was so freaking hot, because there's no air ventilation here. And so that was the reason why I went to this office today. I was like, okay, I need to get my own place to work. And I've had some issues with internet at this place. It disconnects once in a week or something. It can be very annoying. And in an office, you have like super fast internet. We're talking like 10 times as fast. So I can upload 4K live streams, and so you can watch me in 4K if I if I work in an office. It doesn't really feel like an office, really. It really just feels like a studio. It's pretty cool. So very excited about that. Okay, so enough about that. Oops, I coughed. I really want to buy more Alibaba. Very, very tempted. I'll wait, I guess. There we go. Yeah, it's not oversold yet. That's what I dislike about this. It's not quite yet oversold. Igerino1 Iger coming in here with a €2 donation. Thank you. Igerino says, could you please check Virgin Galactic? Where is the support? Funny that you're asking that, because it's actually sitting at the support right now. This is the support. And what we're seeing here is potentially maybe a bit of a bear flag going on. So if it leaves that, we are guaranteed to see more downside. And I think that looking at the daily chart, it seems like we're about to leave this support zone. The next level we're looking at, it's going to go straight free fall back to 21.8 the next time it goes down. So if it doesn't hold up, which it looks like it might not hold up at this point, that's where we're headed. And it would go oversold on the 4 hours, and that's where Virgin Galactic would be very cheap. But yeah, if we see like an all-out market correction of 10%, it's going to go back to like $17 or $18. No doubt about that. I think they recently delayed another flight with like the Italian one. That is not going to help them out with the stock price. Sorry for that. And if we take a look at the trend, yeah, it's insane how this stock moves. It's back to levels that we saw in January. How do I know that this is a support? Well, take a look at this. Support zone, support zone, support zone. And here it was resistance. So this is a strong, very strong support. If it breaks, that's indicating weakness. That's indicating that people don't like the stock right now. And if they don't like the stock, it falls. And if it falls, it's going to reach around $20 to $21-ish. Hold up. Yeah, Virgin Galactic got grounded. Yep, pretty much. All right, we had we had a bunch of votes here. 333 people voted on this. And I asked, how far will the market pull back? 41% of all people said it's going to pull back 5%. So the stock market only goes 5%. And 34% said 10%. So we're looking, people think might go down 5 to 10% at this point. So I think we're on the same page. You know, some people thought, or it's going to crash. I don't think it's going to crash with the Fed helping out. Although if they stop helping out with the markets, then yeah, it can go south very fast. Let's see. Do I want to buy more Alibaba? I kind of do. I'm going to buy a little bit more Alibaba. Just a tiny tad bit. You're a madman. You're calling me a madman for buying Alibaba, or... Affirm, please. Yeah, Affirm went down. I think it was quite predictable that it was going to go down at some point. I mean, look at that massive run-up. It's not like Affirm is like a 10 billion market cap. It has a 28.9 billion market cap. I mean, this is like a serious market cap with revenues that are... I would say not very impressive or anything like that at this point. I'm sure it's going to grow into its market cap over the coming quarters, but still. Daily charts. Yeah, I think it will consolidate. It does look like it's going to consolidate in this zone and maybe fill the gap to 92 at the lowest point, but don't think it's going to move a lot higher than what we've seen. Oh, guys, I want to thank you actually, because this office that I'm going to be renting starting the 1st of October. The only reason I'm able to do that is obviously because of your support, because of the donations, because you guys like my content. So I want to thank you for that. I know there's some people there, especially the moderators, that have been watching since the beginning, which is last year, September, October, the very, very beginning. And just to all people out there, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, I would not be able to do this. I really enjoy what I'm doing, and I'll keep on doing what I'm doing, and I'll try to improve the quality of everything over time. And I'm actually doing it. You know, going to an office, better internet, no more background noise, no more of that. And the website is almost finished. I'm super excited about that. I thought, you know, I had to actually briefly say this, so there you go. See what's happening in the chat. Alright. I really dislike the fact that Alibaba is just going lower and lower. Like, imagine this, right? You're like Charlie Munger. Imagine, like, you're Charlie Munger. You're like, this is Chinese stock. It's called Alibaba. It has fundamentals that are so amazing that it actually, the stock price would actually be sitting at like $400, but it's now sitting at, let's say Charlie Munger. Where did he buy? He bought at like $230, right? I think what he saw was this chart right here. It's now sitting at $230, and it's down from the recent high at $270. I might as well buy a couple $1 million of stock right now. And he buys his stock at like $230. It spikes to $246. He's like, oh wow. It's going up. It's going exactly like I planned. And it just drops back to $200. Spikes again to $230. Drops again. And it just keeps dropping. And now sitting at $160. I bet he's feeling very sad right now about the fact that his Alibaba play didn't work out so well at this point. Although, obviously, he's a long-term investor, so eventually Alibaba's going to go back up. Yeah, what can I say? I bet he did not expect this. No freaking way. Yeah, I love how I got like a better average on Alibaba than Charlie Munger himself. This is great. Oh, man. He's got an average of 230, I think. My average is like around 160. But it's all about like who's able to be patient and actually hold the stock for the long term. I think I'm going to lose out on that because I'm just swing trading it in some sense. Ghost drink. Oh yeah, it's a Lipton. It's the green iced tea. And all the green is being filtered out. It's kind of funny. Lipton. I like drinking iced tea. I think it's great. Especially when the markets are down. That's when, when the markets are down, you can be certain of one thing. That you'll watch me on the stream drinking iced tea. It's every time. It's my comfort drink in some sense. It's really bad because this one is, it does have sugar in it. It's low sugar. It's low sugar though. It's not that bad. Still, calories. But yeah, I think everybody has their own way of coping with things. My way of coping with things is, drinking iced tea and just laying back and watch the market bleed. And staying patient. I should really be sponsored by Lipton. Make your own iced tea. That would be funny. Yeah, maybe one day. Oh, man. Let's see. What's happening? Tesla! Oh my god, the final push to the upside. This stock, man, it's just great. Everything is going up. Everything is going down, and Tesla just shoots up. 0.7%. It's green right now. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It's falling down again. Oops, sorry. I cope with falling prices by buying more. That's also what I do. Sorry for that. I like to buy when stocks are cheap. Oh, wow, it's getting worse. Dow Jones down a percentage point. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy. How much is it down now? Dow Jones is now down 3 percentage points. I think this is going to last for some time. This is unlike what we've seen recently. Because what usually tends to happen is we see a fast spike downwards. What's now happening is it's slowly bleeding. And we haven't seen the big sell-off. The big sell-off. The 2-3% downturn. I think that's still coming. I think it's going to go straight down to 4,300 on the S&P at that point. All right, we have about 10 minutes left until the market is going to close. I want you to let me know in the live chat right now. What is your favorite car? I'll tell you mine. It's, you know, it's very predictable. I like the Tesla. I like the Tesla Cybertruck. It's not out yet, but I like it a lot. It's my favorite because it's so unique. I bet all the people that are holding Neo are going to say, I don't even know the models for the Neo, actually. The Neo EP7 or something? I have no idea. Oh, we're seeing the brands. Okay. Favorite car brands, I guess. Let's see. People like Tesla, Mercedes, Bentley, Ford. I like Aston Martin a lot. I really like Aston Martin. Although they don't have the best performance, I think Aston Martin, it's gorgeous. They care a bit more about aesthetics. Aston Martin, I think it's this one, right? What's their market cap? 2.2 billion. That's interesting. Yeah, I had the privilege to buy this stock in this zone right here. I sold it a bit higher. Yeah, it's a UK stock. Beautiful cars. Ooh, Apple. Oh, sorry. Tesla is flying higher. The Vanquish is, yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, I'll tell you which one I like. Hold up. Got about 8 minutes left. I'll quickly show you. Where was it? Well, there was a specific one that I adored. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's the Vantage. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. This is the Speedster. Anyway, let's stop looking at cars. I think I could do this all day. Just look at cars. And this is obviously the classic one. Where is it? From James Bond. I think it's that one, the DB6. Let's get back to the charts. Oh no, my chart don't work. Switch back. Why does it not work? Alright, We back. Ah, damn it. Alibaba is still not going up. See what people are saying here in the chat. DIDI is failing to recover. Baba is down 3.3%. It's not nice to see this. Seeing now a bit of a recovery in the indices right before the market closes. Yeah, Palantir's heading up. Look at that. While the markets are heading back up. Meanwhile, AI is still down 1%. I want more sources of income suggestions. So I am thinking of maybe in the future have my own mining rig, crypto mining rig. I've looked into it. If you have a couple graphics cards, you could break even on those graphics cards in roughly a year time. And then after that year, everything you make is just pure profit, which is darn impressive. I think you'd be making like 30 euros a day, which is definitely not bad. I mean, I think the mining rig was about 10,000 euros though. So, yeah. I think that's one way to get passive income. Although you have to pay the electricity bills and everything, it can get quite intensive at times. Dividend stocks give great passive income too, I think. Definitely. Yeah, it also it depends on your electrical bill. Is AI still your number one company? It's not the stock that I have most of my portfolio in. It's Palantir. Palantir right now is the stock that I have most of my capital in. And AI, I would say, I think it's going to go up a lot. It could double. That's how much I think it could go up. Doubling is straight up getting back to $100. I'm not saying that it's most likely going to double. I think it could double, depending on the situation. Wait, when is earnings going to be? What? Earnings is going to be next year, or at the end of the quarter, which is close to 2022, which is when people think the tapering is going to happen. Yeah, the SPY is down for the sixth consecutive time. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Makes you think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think people will start to panic now. People are becoming very fearful. When was the last time we had the index go down 6 consecutive days? I can't find the last time that happened. Did that even happen recently? Arguably, the last time that the index went down for 6 consecutive days was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last time that happened was during the COVID crash in recent times. That's interesting. Could that mean something? I don't know. I don't think so, but it's not a good sign. When will there be earnings for DIDI? I have no idea. I really have no idea. I've checked it out recently. I don't think they've announced it. Yeah, they haven't really announced anything. So, yeah, I have no idea when earnings is coming up. And the market is closed. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. There we go. That beautiful bell. Woo. All right. I think that was it for today. Unfortunately, not a very positive day. Fortunately, we did expect the market to go down. So, what can I say? Markets are still correcting, and they're going to keep on correcting. I'm telling you, this is probably going to last another week or two. Worst case. Definitely another week. This week is probably still going to be bearish. Yeah, so everything is sound. Alibaba, DIDI, Virgin Galactic, Robinhood, Netlist, Uber. UiPath was actually up today. That's nice. But everything else is just red. Microsoft didn't pull back. Google didn't pull back. Palantir was doing pretty good. Yeah, some of the Chinese EV stocks were doing good too. And he had crypto actually beating everything out. Doing really nice. The 10-year went down 4%. Gold up 0.7%. We have the VIX spiking again. Yeah, Russell down 1.5%. The Dow Jones down 0.8%. Nasdaq down 0.4%, and the S&P down about roughly 0.5%. Will things improve? I think things will get worse before things get better. But I do think things are going to get better. I think this correction is not going to last for a very long time. So, yeah. Make sure you check out the Discord community. The Discord link is down below in the description. We have Instagram, we have Twitter. Those links will be down below as well in the description. So if you want to follow me there, make sure you do. If you want to support the channel, there is a Patreon where you can support the channel. And yeah, I think tomorrow could probably be still red. Wait, what am I saying? No, wait. This week is going to be, I would say, pretty bearish. Tomorrow could be bullish. We could see a bit of a bounce. I don't think it's going to be a significant bounce. But what I expect is something like this, where initially we see it bleed out, then we hit a support level, then we bounce off. So I think the initial, before the market opens up, bearish, and then when the markets open up, as the day progresses, we see it go green. But I still think the correction will not be over yet. Not yet, indeed. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. This was Lucid Trading for today. We will be back tomorrow before the market opens and before the market closes. And hopefully we don't see a accelerating downturn. I think things will be fine myself, but you never know. But yeah, see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Good luck with trading. I'll see you soon.